Forces by eTalk Software is a Flash-based interactive classroom resource useful for teaching forces at a secondary level. The resource fosters deep understanding and encourages active participation in the lesson through the incorporation of quizzes, games, and virtual experiments. During the slideshow, students progress from a layman's perspective of force to one which includes a deep understanding of scientific principles such as Newton's laws, and the use of subject-appropriate terminology to describe and label these phenomena. Students are in contact with forces on a daily basis. The animations demonstrate the concept of force in situations that students are likely to experience often, such as kicking a ball, accelerating a car, or sliding on slippery surfaces like an ice rink. The equations are also considered in real-world circumstances, so that knowledge is not isolated from useful everyday applications. By incorporating background knowledge, learning becomes more significant to students, and they are more likely to achieve their outcomes at a higher level. The artefact relates strongly to the New South Wales Stage 4 Science syllabus, Unit Physical World, fulfilling a range of indicators in the PW1 and PW2 strand. The quizzes and games included require students to balance a force and predict the result of an applied force, providing instant feedback about student understanding, which may serve as a formative assessment. The requirements for students to make predictions during the virtual experiments make the artefact a useful tool for initiating class discussion. The resource is also relevant to the New South Wales Stage 5 PDHBE syllabus, Outcome 5.4. Animations in Section Y of the slideshow demonstrate momentum and applying forces in a basic form. This could lead to a more in-depth discussion of momentum and forces in the context of sport, for example in tackling or gymnastics, and could initiate a task where students are required to estimate the effect of a force on a sporting field. This artefact would be a useful tool for Assignment 2 as it enables students to actively participate in the lesson. By breaking the monotony of traditional lecture with interactive games and quizzes, the students are more likely to be engaged and therefore motivated to learn. A feature of this presentation, synonymous with the criteria for a qualitative interactive lesson for Assignment 2, is the virtual experiments. This section includes features to support several modes of learning: colourful animations for visual learners, written explanations for those who prefer to read and write, and even the opportunity to draw on the slides for kinesthetic learners. Aside from the interactive activities and use of animation ensuring the engagement of students, this artefact has many other strengths in terms of the quality teaching model. Opportunities for higher order thinking and substantive teacher-student communication are presented when students are asked to make predictions during the virtual experiments. The artefact fosters deep understanding of the topic by exploring the relationship between forces, air resistance and gravity, as well as asking students to provide explanations for what the animations depict. Background knowledge is incorporated through the inclusion of everyday situations which involve forces. This may draw on previous experience of some students. Some weaknesses of the artefact include its extension beyond the parameters of the syllabus in difficulty, its lack of explicit criteria for learning, and its lack of integration of cultural knowledge.